What's up, folks? I'm Private Hudson, and this is Displaced. And I guess you can say that I displaced my money by purchasing this game since it's complete trash. At least it was less than $1 on sale. Now, before I explain why this game is trash and why it's not even worth the price that I paid, let me briefly describe the game first. In Displaced, you control a group of 5 civilians trying to escape a country that's in the middle of a civil war. The fictional country is never named, and the reason for the conflict isn't explained either. There is a really bad intro sequence with some third-rate deep purple-sounding music being played in the background. After that, you get to pick your 5 civilians. You start with a pool of 6, and as you can see, there are a bunch more that can be unlocked. They all have different stats when it comes to attack, agility, and defense. They also have a passive skill. Now, what I don't understand is that most of these characters have positive passives, such as healing everyone, using less food when cooking, and lowering the cost of items when trading. But then there are 2 guys here with negative passives. One guy stresses out the entire group when he gets stressed, and another dude is a flat-out alcoholic. Why would you ever pick these people? Well, at the start you're kind of forced to since you only have 6 people to choose from, but once you start unlocking more characters with more positive traits, I don't ever see a reason to pick the guys with the negative ones. Once you've assembled your group, the game begins. It plays in this overhead map view. On the bottom of the screen you can see your group, each person's health, stress, and hunger. On the top you have your group's energy. And on the left you can access your inventory and access the camp menu. In the camp menu you can rest, which will refill your energy, cook, which will use up food in your inventory to feed everyone, hunt, which gives you a chance to find items, and scout, which will uncover the fog of war around you. You need to pick one of 3 ways in which your group will try to escape the country. You can either escape by boat, which requires you to get $15,000 to pay for everyone's ticket. You can try crossing the border, which requires finding 5 immigration forms, or you can try stealing a plane, which requires finding fuel for it. On the map, exclamation points represent quests, while question marks are unknown. Usually it's a trader, other times it can be an event. Now here's one of the game's biggest problems. The pool of possible events is extremely limited. You'll run into the same events over and over and over again. What makes this worse is that the outcome of these events is the same every single time. You can come across a gas station that will always have resources, but then you'll get attacked right after you loot it. The best part here is that the combat is so simple that you'll kill the attackers and get more resources for free. So here's the combat system. You can place your characters in these empty spots and then give them a combat objective, such as attack, ambush, or hide. These are directly related to their attack, agility, and defense stats. The only thing that matters in combat is maxing out one of their stats. Each spot gives some bonuses. So what you do here is, if you have someone with 3 attack, put them in a spot that gives them an additional 3 bonus to attack and set their combat objective to attack as well. If you have someone with 3 agility, put them in a spot that will give them an additional 3 agility and set their combat objective to ambush. You get the point here. You will win every single time. Even if the enemy has assault rifles and you're unarmed, you will win every single combat encounter, taking minimal, if any, damage. It's ridiculous. If you come across another group when traveling and opt for a peaceful resolution, 90% of the time the situation gets diffused because the other group has a kitten that pops out of someone's jacket. Other than the gas station event, pretty much the only other events that I've seen is finding an abandoned camp or finding an abandoned truck. Both just get you resources. There are a few quests that you can come across, like guiding some journalists to some spots where they can take war photos, helping a kid and his mom return to their home, and helping some farmers find a cow. They always play out the same way every single time. On my first playthrough, I opted for the escape by boat option. I quickly ran out of quests to do for money and had no other way to make money other than by choosing to fight and kill all the groups of people I come across and then selling their loot to traders. Since the combat requires no skill, I quickly got bored and decided to see what would happen if I just had enough money for 1 ticket. You know what happened? The game crashed. That's what happened. I unlocked an achievement and the game crashed. I relaunched the game to see if I could continue, and I wasn't able to. The continue thing was grayed out. Now, if I selected new game, it told me that it would erase my current save game. Now what the hell? If my save is still there, then why can't I continue playing? So I had no choice but to start a new game, and I decided, I would give this another chance. This time I picked the escape by the border option, and I have to say this time around things were better. I came across more quests. I found some journalists that wanted me to find their friend who was executed and bury him. That got me one immigration form. Then I came across a city where the mayor wanted me to get some secret documents for him. The documents basically said that this guy is selling his city out in the middle of this war for money. I got 2 immigration forms for blackmailing him. And then I just ran out of quests again. I only came across traders and gas stations. The thing with Displaced is while there isn't a hard time limit from what I can tell, there is a red spot on the map that grows every single day. Now these red areas are being bombarded, so your playable area shrinks. I just ran around and kept exploring for maybe, 20 minutes or so. I couldn't find any additional quests or any immigration forms anywhere. And then I came across this incredible bug where my characters all starved to death while resting. Incredible, just incredible. When you eat in this game, it fills you up for a good amount of time. But with this bug, I would feed everyone, I would rest so that they can get their health back. As soon as they start resting, their hunger goes to 100% and they just start starving and start losing their health. Displaced was released in 2017, and this bug has been around since then. It was reported years ago, and the devs have never fixed it. They released it in July 2017, then they released a Mac version a few months later, and then they abandoned it. This was developed by GameXC or GameXC, I don't know how to pronounce it, but this has been the only game that they've released, at least according to Steam. So yeah, I attempted to play it twice. Both times it bugged out. And so yeah, Displaced is just a broken piece of shit. Great original concept, which is why I wanted to check it out, but absolutely horrendous execution. Avoid it at all costs. It's not worth the quarters that it goes for when it's on sale. Alright fellas, that's the end of this review. I'm Private Hudson, and I'll see you folks next time.